Hi, I'm Charles R. Smith Jr., and this is a book talk for I Am the World, with words and photographs done by me. The idea for I Am the World actually came from a previous book that I had done called I Am America. I Am America celebrates diversity here in this country, and it focused on the variety of cultures, religions, food, music that was represented here. So I wanted to take it one step further and show how kids who have parents or grandparents from other countries were able to bring their culture here to make it the diverse place that we know America is. Obviously, not every country in the world was going to be represented in the book, so more importantly, I just focused on different areas around the world. North America, South America, Eastern Europe, Western Europe, Africa, Asia, plenty of islands in between. Like I said, it wasn't going to be every single country, but if you were to look at a globe, at least it wouldn't be one particular area. It would be very spread out and give the most accurate representation that I can of the world. Actually, it wasn't too hard to find kids to photograph for the book. My kids play on a variety of sports teams, so I was able to find kids from there. We have plenty of friends that have kids, and the area that we live in is pretty diverse. So it was actually pretty easy. The toughest part was finding which kids would match up just right to the line, because I knew that the strength in the words can only come from a kid that reflected that word. How do you write a poem about the world? Well, it is a tough challenge, but rather than think about all the different places and all the different countries and all of the different things that represent the world, I decided to focus on a few basics that identify different cultures: food, music, clothing, and how we greet each other. Once I figured out those things, then the book began to take shape. By looking at other countries on a map and a globe, the book began to come easier and much simpler into focus. When it came time to deciding what food was going to be in the book, ultimately I knew that only 4 things were going to be represented. So even though I looked at a lot of different websites, a lot of different recipes, a lot of different books, ultimately what it came down to was how did the food look being photographed. It had to be something small and easily recognizable, because the kids would have it either in their mouth or in their hand, and that would make for a nice, simple, but strong image. The clothing in the book represents tradition with a rich history. This is reflected in the materials. In the case of silk, silk comes from China. Silk is a very fine fabric, so I use the word stitch to describe it. In the case of kente cloth comes from Africa, and it's a woven fabric, so I use the word thread. I've had the pleasure of traveling to many of the places mentioned in I Am the World. I've eaten sushi in Japan, biscotti in Italy, said bonjour in France, practiced capoeira with friends from Brazil. All of these made for great life experiences and were a big part of the reason I did I Am the World in the first place. I hope you enjoyed this book talk for I Am the World. There's plenty of information covered in the back of the book that I didn't talk about here, so check it out.